slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Combat begins.
LInn High School opened its doors to students in 1919, 78 years ago. Over this period of time, the school developed a lot of traditions, had a lot of great coaches and great basketball players.
And I got a phone call from LInn High School saying that they'd like to talk to me about being their basketball coach. I went to visit with them, and they convinced me, and I guess I convinced them, that it was a good match. And so I went to work for LInn in August of that summer. It seemed to be meant to be to me, yes. It really did. Uh-huh. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm not satisfied with being in the finals. We came here with one purpose, and that's to win 4 games. We've been on a mission for 2 weeks to win 4 games. There's 15 other schools came with that same purpose. There's only 2 right now that have an opportunity. And there's not a single thing that's going to stand in the way of us accomplishing that goal. No matter what happens out there, whatever it takes, we are going to accomplish that goal. Whatever effort, whatever heart, whatever intelligence, whatever game plan, whatever improbable play, we're going to make those things happen out there.
The coach has always had a dream. The coach has always wanted to be a coach. He's been wanting, when everyone else wanted to be something, Bart wanted to be a high school basketball coach. He's wanted to be a high school basketball coach. I have never heard him say he wanted to be anything but a high school basketball coach growing up. He has an effect on kids' lives, not only on the basketball court, but he has an effect on kids' lives as grown-up adults later. And people that don't know him might not realize that to him is more important than the win-loss record.
Let's go get this thing, guys. Let's do it.
Right from the gate, guys. Let's put it on these guys.
Let's do it.
Lions, 1, 2, 3.
Lions!
Well, I coached the kids, the 7th grade group, in the AAU, or Classic Basketball League, that year.
And it was a really fun experience for me, being able to work with Jared and his friends. And I think it was a real key year for this team to start developing fundamentals. That was a great experience for the kids.
Double Scott. Got a real swing there.
The officials are from the
All right.
In that tournament, your team played against Wilson's Michael Marion, who was 6'4" at the time. Would you describe how well he could play, even in the 7th grade?
It was pretty awesome back then. In one quarter, he hit an NBA three-pointer there in the Coliseum, and then later in that same quarter, he dunked on us. And you don't get dunked on very often in the 7th grade, but it happened, and he was quite an athlete, even back then.
Your team...
Come and play here by doing this today. And then you need to remember that and think about how much fun it is, and then double it by about 30, multiply by about 30, because that's what it's like in a high school tournament. And then when you realize what a great experience that is, then you've got to realize that I've got to really go to work between now and then to improve my game so that we will be good enough to come here.
Well, we had a lot of young kids with tears in their eyes, and they were feeling pretty bad. And we sat down right there in the Coliseum. We talked about what we have gained from the season and from that experience. And I told them at the time that in 5 years we're coming back to this Coliseum, to this very place, and we're going to be in the championship again, but we're going to get it right next time. And I really believed that, and we told them back then, and they took it to heart.
I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. But first I know it starts inside of me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Oh, I believe I can fly.
We have about 750 kids that play in our youth program in grades 3 through 6, and they play on Saturdays. They play one game each Saturday for about an 11-week season. A couple of practices during the week. The high school kids referee those games.
It's all good. It's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all good. It's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all good. Now this ain't the name calling game. See, I can refrain from using that to get paid since I'm known to create the kind of beat to make your rum shake. Records are break, but now I set the record straight. They thought you was a sellout. I'm selling out tours, cassettes, and CDs. I'm the one in beat. You wanna beat the key? I put you like heroes in the backseat of my caddy. You'll be calling me Hammer Daddy. I work you like a slave, don't misbehave, and you are gonna pay back some mother, my mother. So keep it straight. I refuse to forget that all right you talk tough. Face to face is just a trick, bro. It could be in the next too legit to quit. I can't quit. A long list of shit. And in the future you'll find me on the big old board. I'm on the floor of the Simon Cedar Music Awards. And it's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all good. The talk and talk. The talk, you gotta walk that walk. Or the hammerman's walking. So you're the dragon. And once you run up those, it's all in the dance. And my band rock. We all party week. You in a hot seat where I talk to you. And when I see you, it's all some rope, man. I mean that book took you out and it came from Oakland. Check it, you punks don't know me. Are you OG? Girl, I was born in the hall street. You talking that mess, but I'm calling your bluff, trick. I thought you knew. And boy, you can't touch.
In addition to that, the last year we've added a first and second grade mini hoops league that plays down at Cedar Oak, and we had a sign up for that league, and we ended up with, I think, 11 teams that are all full. There's like 150 kids on a waiting list. So that's just started up this year, and it's been very, very successful. Well, the support this year has been phenomenal. It's been good always, but this year's been especially good. Support from the student body. We had the biggest crowds throughout the league. Support from just the general community. Again, we had a lot of adults attend our games, picked up quite a following. But more important than that, the support from the parents. The parents did a lot of great things for the kids. We had team dinners and functions and activities, and there was always somebody there. If I needed something done, all I had to do was make a phone call, and we had guys ready to do it. So that was really a big part of the whole success we had this year. Well, the reason I wrote the affirmation on that topic, on mental toughness, is because I don't think that you can win a state championship without being a mentally tough team. And I felt like that's something that we really needed to work on as we went through the year. So what I like to do is describe the team as I want them to be, or as I feel like they need to be successful in our affirmation. And then as you go through the season and kids read that and you teach on those topics, the team starts becoming what you've written. And so that's why we write an affirmation.
What am I doing here? Living out a dream. The vision is finally clear of what it all could really mean. What am I doing? Heart don't listen through my mind. I've got nothing left to feel. I've played it out 1,000 times. Do I have a chance? Or might I stumble and fall? Could it be my time to shine? My time to have it all? And will someone else's fate be linked with mine?
You have made it. You are here. And I would just ask that you all enjoy the experience. A lot of others would love to be in your shoes today and this week playing here in Portland in the state tournament. You know, it will not always be easy to have fun throughout this state tournament because every team except for one is going to suffer a loss sometime before Saturday night. But if that happens, it's okay to be disappointed, but don't suffer because you truly all are winners or you would not be here today.
Okay, let's go to work.
We're going to win this thing. I've had a lot of coaches out there tell me, you guys are the team of the tournament. I'm accountable for my own mistakes as a player and as a person. I never blame anybody else for something that I do that's not the best it can be. As a person or as a player, I'm emotionally under control at all times. Poor referee calls or rude fans, or bad things that happen to us in our life.
The Workaholic.
As time runs out, and the Chauvin Irish are feeling it, they are 8 minutes away from a state championship. This is Drennan, now Swanecker. Swanecker ball stripped by Valentine. This is Lubicic. He got this one. Nicholas Lubicic. Carr doesn't get it. Lubicic, big rebound basket. Love those guys who are about 6'3", 6'4", and still growing. Big three-point shot now by Jared Valentine. Wesleyan bench up.
You know you got 4 now, okay? I know you got a big heart, but you can't go foul. Drennan has 4 also. Drennan has 4. What would hurt him if he went down, they got no point guard. Let's go.
Well, certainly Bart Valentine is aware of the same thing that Ken Harris said moments ago. I got to tell you, down by 6. Lubicic for 3. Long shot, didn't get it. He does have NBA rings. Great hustle by Valentine. Oh my, yes, 3! 3 points, Sheldon lead. Comes up with 2, huge, and a steal. Oh my goodness! And a foul. Jared Valentine, 8 points, all in the quarter. And now he finds Lubicic, who has 8 points, 6 in the quarter. The 5-foot range at 6'9", which is where he needs to be. 13 points, and now the 3. I think Valentine feels it, don't you? Behind Lee. There it is. Carr drive, pulls up, dishes to Huston, and yes! West Lynn leads. The Irish push it. 15 seconds left. Dan Drennan calls timeout. West Lynn on an amazing run in the fourth quarter. Sure, they've got to try to deny this pass. Oh my gosh, that's a gamble. Oh, that's a gamble. It's off the what a break for West Lynn. Holy Moses. Of such things as state championships made. Unbelievable good break for West Lynn.
Listen to me.
Let's go back into the huddles.
This free throw goes in the basket.
This is Bart Valentine of West Lynn.
You don't even move. Anybody moves, they kicked off my team for the next game. I'm serious. Don't even move, okay? If this free throw goes in, because you can't lose. Now, if this free throw doesn't go in, do not go inside the three-point line to guard anybody, okay? They've got to have a 3 here. They've got to have a 3. Know where your man is. Know where your man is. Know where your man is. Number one.
Oh, goodness, West Lynn so close to its first ever state championship. Well, Coach Valentine covered the situations perfectly. If they make the free throw, the game is over. If they miss it, they do not guard inside the three-point line. They got to force Sheldon to shoot over the top from some kind of a long distance. Valentine, all 12 of his points in the fourth quarter. I think he's our MVP. And it will be West Lynn to win, but not until Sheldon talks it over as the Irish use their last time out and hug it so that they can be on the team next year for the next game. Bart Valentine has taken teams into this tournament many times. He took teams into postseason play 8 straight years before taking last year off to become an assistant coach for a year at George Fox College, George Fox University now. He saw his team finish 6th last year. He wasn't part of that. He wanted to be part of it, and now he's going to win a state championship. Sheldon shoots. It is no good. West Lynn, the Oregon 4A boys champion. Coaches offer congratulations. Bart Valentine shaking the hands of Coach Chuck Johns.
I can't believe it.
West Lynn, the 4A champions in the state of Oregon, thanks to a 49-45 come from behind win over Sheldon.
I don't mean words around Bill. I mean that sincerely. I almost can't believe what we accomplished. And I knew we could do it all along. I just felt like we were going to do it. Even when we were down 10, I felt like we were going to do it. But if you guys, you know, if we could take a year and spend a year writing a script of how this season would go, we couldn't write it better than that. I mean, if it was our biggest fantasy. Is that right? I mean, we couldn't write it better than that. You guys, every single one of you, this senior class, you guys are so special to me, and I've told you that before, because of all the time we've put in. I always been involved in athletics because of what they teach you. And you'll remember this forever and ever, and this will be maybe the greatest memory of your life in terms of excitement. But I just hope and pray that when you're men and you have your own families, you come back and you come back and you say that there was something about this team and this season and our program that made you, that helped you be a better man.
Hey, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We're going to chat at the big party around here. All right. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It has begun. You have embarked on a sacred mission. You have been chosen to defend the realm of Earth in a tournament called Mortal Kombat. It has begun. It has begun. It has begun.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports Northwest.
Some of the great ones won their first championships here. Danny Ainge did it twice at North Eugene. Charlie Sitton helped McMinnville complete the perfect season. A.C. Green helped Dick Gray win one of his 5 titles at Benson. Terrell Brandon saw the championship game every year of his career at Grant. And Damon Stoudemire, tonight as a junior, led Wilson to glory in his final season. Who will write the next chapter in the history of Oregon high school hoops? From the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon, it's March Madness, the championship game of the OSAA U.S. Bank Boys 4A State Championships presented by Power Rent. The Rose Garden, home to the Portland Trailblazers and site of this title game between the Sheldon Irish and the West Linn Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Lynn, and welcome to our live coverage of the OSAA championship game between Sheldon and West Linn. We have a great matchup for you. These arguably the 2 best teams. Well, they are the 2 best teams because they got here by winning 3 games in the state tournament. Sheldon posted 3 impressive victories, including a double overtime upset of top-ranked and previously undefeated Barlow in the semis. West LInn beat Glencoe, Churchill, and North Eugene to reach the final, where the Lions will face their third straight Midwestern League opponent. Joining me to bring you the action tonight here is Sunset High School coach Ken Harris. Ken, a 30-year veteran of coaching here in Oregon High School. His Sunset team won here 10 years ago and took a title. And Ken, you know what it takes to win a tournament. And what does it take to get guys ready to play in a championship game?
Well, there's something I learned a few years ago from Coach Barney Holland, who won 3 state championships at North Eugene a decade ago, and that is that you have to play with relaxed abandon. Not reckless abandon, relaxed abandon. That simply means that you go and give everything you have out on the court, but you still play with some great intelligence.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing some of that out there on the court. Ken Harris with us. Also, Bob Akamian, who is courtside with us for this game.
Well, you know, West LInn coach Bart Valentine has had plenty of chances to win a championship as a player and as a coach, but has always come up a little bit short. First as a player at Elma High School in Washington, then coaching in Oregon at Colton, both football and basketball. Good teams, no title. West LInn was in the championship here in 1990. Did not take home the big trophy. Is tonight the night? Or do West LInn's title dreams have 9 lives? We might be calling Bart the cat by the end of the evening.
All right. Very good. Well, hey, stay with us. It's the championship game. State of Oregon's 4A boys title on the line. Sheldon and West LInn for it all.
Station of Fox Sports Northwest.
Some of the great ones won their first championships here. Danny Ainge did it twice at North Eugene. Charlie Sitton helped McMinnville complete the perfect season. A.C. Green helped Dick Gray win one of his 5 titles at Benson. Terrell Brandon saw the championship game every year of his career at Grant. And Damon Stoudemire, tonight as a junior, led Wilson to glory in his final season. Who will write the next chapter in the history of Oregon high school hoops? From the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon, it's March Madness, the championship game of the OSAA U.S. Bank Boys 4A State Championships presented by Power Rents. The Rose Garden, home to the Portland Trailblazers and site of this title game between the Sheldon Irish and the West LInn Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Lynn, and welcome to our live coverage of the OSAA championship game between Sheldon and West LInn. We have a great matchup for you. These arguably the 2 best teams. Well, they are the 2 best teams because they got here by winning 3 games in the state tournament. Sheldon posted 3 impressive victories, including a double overtime upset of top-ranked and previously undefeated Barlow in the semis. West LInn beat Glencoe, Churchill, and North Eugene to reach the final, where the Lions will face their third straight Midwestern League opponent. Joining me to bring you the action tonight here is Sunset High School coach Ken Harris. Ken, a 30-year veteran of coaching here in Oregon High School. His Sunset team won here 10 years ago and took a title. And Ken, you know what it takes to win a tournament. And what does it take to get guys ready to play in a championship game?
Well, there's something I learned a few years ago from Coach Barney Holland, who won 3 state championships at North Eugene a decade ago, and that is that you have to play with relaxed abandon. Not reckless abandon, relaxed abandon. That simply means that you go and give everything you have out on the court, but you still play with some great intelligence.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing some of that out there on the court. Ken Harris with us. Also, Bob Akamian, who is courtside with us for this game.
Well, you know, West LInn coach Bart Valentine has had plenty of chances to win a championship as a player and as a coach, but has always come up a little bit short. First as a player at Elma High School in Washington, then coaching in Oregon at Colton, both football and basketball. Good teams, no title. West LInn was in the championship here in 1990. Did not take home the big trophy. Is tonight the night? Or do West LInn's title dreams have 9 lives? We might be calling Bart the cat by the end of the evening.
All right. Very good. Well, hey, stay with us. It's the championship game. State of Oregon's 4A boys title on the line. Sheldon and West LInn for it all. Fox Sports Northwest exclusive coverage of the OSAA U.S. Bank Class 4A Boys Basketball Championship presented by Power Rents is brought to you by Devereaux Beaverton Ford. It's the only place with the only price. And by Pacific Office Automation. the Northwest-owned, the nationally recognized copier company. The Rose Garden in Portland, where tonight it's going to be Sheldon and West Lynn for the boys 4A championship. Scott Lynn, along with Ken Harris and Bob Akamian, courtside with Coach Chuck Johns of the Sheldon Irish.
Well, Sheldon played a long double overtime game in the semifinal. First question, is fatigue going to be an issue tonight?
Oh, I think fatigue will be a problem for both teams. I just hope that we can get through the third quarter and get to the fourth so we're still able to compete.
You won a title here in '92 next door at the Coliseum. Does it feel different being in this building?
Oh, of course it does. A different group of kids, a different opportunity, and it's a great opportunity for us.
Sheldon looking for their second title in less than 5 years.
All right, a lot of balance on both teams, and as we take a look at the starting lineup, Sheldon is Drennan and Swaniker at the guard spots, Mills, Stewart, and Heinley also in the starting lineup. Great balance, each starter averaging 8.5 points per game, at least. Heinley topping the way with 16.9 a game. It's Valentine, Lubicic, Boyle, Carr, and Haskett for the starting lineup for the West Lynn Lions. 24-2 coming into this game. Sheldon 23-2. And now Bob standing by with Bart Valentine, the coach at West Lynn.
All right, West Lynn, I know with the rankings and all, and the ball's probably in your court as being a favorite, but being a favorite has not been a good thing in this tournament.
I don't know if we are or not. I know we're ranked higher, but Sheldon's awfully impressive, big and rangy, and a great ball club. But we're a good match for them, so we're both going to play tough and see what happens.
How much do you need Cameron Carr to be able to do inside to win this game?
We just need all 5 guys to carry out their roles, play well. We'll be fine.
We're in the huddle. Let's play ball. Good luck, Coach.
Good.
All right, Bart Valentine goes back to his huddle to get a final word in, and we're just about ready to tip it off. And Ken Harris, the coach is absolutely right. Sheldon, a lot of big, rangy guys.
Well, very definitely. West Lynn may have been a little higher in the rankings, but I think if you took a consensus of those two people who watch the tournament, then actually Sheldon might be a slight favorite in the game. They're almost a college-looking lineup with their size. They go 6'6", 6'6", 6'9", 6'3", and 6'2".
Wow. West Lynn ranked number 2 in the final Associated Press poll. Sheldon ranked number 4, but the Irish were rated as high as number 2 during the season. And there is Cameron Carr, the sophomore son of former Trailblazer Kenny Carr, who played some pretty good games in this vicinity, actually Memorial Coliseum right next to the Rose Garden. The officials tonight, Bill Judd and Pat McMahon, and you have one official from Portland area or one from the Eugene area, and that's only keeping things fair.
I think that's as fair as they can get it.
And the opening tip, and it goes to West Lynn. West Lynn in the whites will be the home team in this championship game.
Well, one of the most difficult things the teams in this tournament have found is trying to solve Sheldon's zone. So Cameron Carr didn't seem to have any trouble in that possession, did he?
Not too much trouble. Cameron Carr averaging 17 points a game in the state tournament. You know, he came into his very first tournament, scored 21 points against Glencoe, team high 8 out of 12 from the floor. He settled in pretty well into the state tournament play.
Well, sometimes you kind of wonder if these sophomores just don't know any better. They get too excited, too nervous. They just don't play.
That was Josh Haskett. That was the right place, right time. And number 34, Carr. Kicks it outside. Ryan Boyle with it. Boyle, a senior, 6'4". All 3 Rivers League. Garrett Valentine. Now Cameron Carr to Boyle. Garrett Valentine, last year, first team All 3 Rivers League. Great ball movement. Lubicic, no good. And they're staying with it. Good block, first of all, by Brian Mills, but staying with it was Cameron Carr. It's Carr 4, Sheldon nothing.
Cameron's had an immediate impact on the game.
Strong to the basket, number 32, Brian Heinley. He is the leading scorer for the Sheldon team, but here's a guy. He stands 6'9". Last year he was 6'6". He grew 3 inches. He's still a growing boy.
Well, and this is a smart move on Sheldon's part because Cameron Carr has to guard Heinley, and a very good tactic for Sheldon would be to go to Heinley's offense crossbow around the basket and get some foul trouble for Cameron Carr.
Looks a little like Kevin McHale, doesn't he?
Well, he does, and he, however, likes to go outside a little more than Kevin McHale did. But he does. He's got long arms, and he's very, very effective defensively also.
He knocks down both free throws. Sheldon cuts the lead in half. 4-2. West Lynn on top. Early moments of the championship game. Boys 4A. Nice to have you along here on Fox Sports Northwest. Scott Lynn, Ken Harris, Bob Akamian. We'll bring it to you, and it should be a dandy. Now, it looks like West Lynn's strategy a little bit is try to hide somebody a little bit in the backside of that zone and flash it into the middle, and then hopefully get the ball and then kick it back out for an easy shot. There's the pass inside and the kick out. And Carr to the basket. He's having a big game. Sheldon's going to have to do something about that strategy, keep that ball out of the middle. Hey, how about that move? Very nicely done by Brian Mills. Mills has really stepped up in the state tournament, averaged just 8.5 points during the regular season, but now close to 11 points, 8 boards in tournament play. He's a very, very impressive young man. He's 6'6", but handles the ball well, has good kicks. There's rumors that he'll be the point guard with Sheldon. Heinrich gets a little body contact, nothing called. The officials letting them play a little bit here in the early going. Pretty typical of the state championship game. You might notice that tremendous up-tempo style that Sheldon has. You would think with that size they might want to slow it down, but no, they're the ones that are going to push the ball forward probably much, much more than West Lynn. You know, it's funny. They're a team that once they get the ball, there they go. They take off. And no good. That was Dan Drennan, who was huge late in the game last night. In fact, hit a three-pointer with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter to tie the game against previously undefeated Barlow. They won in double overtime. That was huge. Carr doesn't protect the ball. It's stripped. Nice play, Sheldon. In a hurry. Heinley looks. 15-footer. No. And there's Nicholas Lubicic with the rebound. Well, one of the reasons that West Lynn is able to get that ball inside there so easily is that Sheldon, with the big 6'9", Brian Heinley in the middle, kind of sometimes lets people get in there, I think, like like a spider sucking somebody in there to your web, and then he's able to watch shots and do lots of advantage defensively. Jared Valentine simply lost the handle. The ball scoots out of bounds. It'll be Sheldon basketball, and the Irish with a chance to tie or take the lead as Bart Valentine looks on. And yes, the name sounds the same. It is the same. Valentine, the point guard and coach, father and son. Early turnovers. West Lynn's turned it over 3 times. One for Sheldon. This is a 2-point try. No good. Well, Stewart with the shot and out ahead of the pack. Boyle gives back to Carr for the slammer. Well, a nice give up by Ryan Boyle. He knew that he probably had a chance to take that shot, but I think he realized that Cameron Carr might have a little more impact. Well, he upped his assist average for the tournament. He was only averaging .7. He's now got 1, and that one got the house going. At least the fans from West Lynn. Carr has 8 points, all 8 of West Lynn's points, and a foul called at the other end. It looks like we'll have some free throws. Well, the other thing that's happened so far is that Sheldon, unlike its earlier games, has not been able to dominate the offensive board. Here comes the flying pass by Ryan Boyle. And a big-time play by Cameron Carr. Sheldon fans know it's up over the steps there. It was close. I think it caught Cameron Carr a little by surprise that his teammate Ryan Boyle was going to be so unselfish. Free throw is knocked down by Dan Drennan, his first point of the game. Cameron Carr, all 8 points right now for West Lynn. It's 8-5. Drennan drains the second free throw, and that gets his team back within 2. There are some of the Sheldon fans. They're glad that the Irish are back within a couple, but now they've got to try to stop Cameron Carr because he's ahead 8-6. We're back here in Portland. Sheldon and West Lynn, and 8 points early for Cameron Carr, the 6'7" son of Kenny Carr, who is with Bob Akamian.
That's right. We talk about Kenny Carr's son. This is Cameron Carr's father, former Trailblazer Kenny Carr. You got to be proud of this young man, just a sophomore. He's got a lot of basketball left in him before he moves on to college.
Yeah, we're real happy about the way he's been playing, being a sophomore, coming to a new school. Has a couple more years left, and he's progressing very well.
Do you have any more growth left in him? He's kind of a skinny guy now. Looks like he can fill out some.
Well, he can fill out. I'm not sure if he will get any taller. He's been about 6'7" for about a year, but he has a lot of room to fill out.
8 points already. I'll let you get back to the game, Dad.
Excuse me?
We'll let you get back to the game, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Those dads, they don't want to stick around and talk much when their sons are on the floor. Josh Haskett gets a bucket, 10-6. It is West Lynn on top. Irish trying to work it inside. Man-to-man defense. Being played by West Lynn. Out on top, Dan Brennan. Backdoor pass. Oh, yeah. Very nicely done. Good pass for Dan Brennan. To Brian Mills, who has 4. Brian Mills is a complete package also. Good at 6'6". He's a junior. Good speed, handles ball well. And I think he's somebody that will be a little bit of a sleeper here in the state of Oregon next year. Not if we wake everybody up to it. That's true. Valentine drives and dishes. Outside, this is Boyle. It is 3, and it's good. Well, to this point, Sheldon's zone defense has not created any problems for West Lynn. They've been able to score inside and outside. Heinley took some steps as he drove to the basket. Here is your center, 6'9", out there handling it like a guard. Well, that sometimes drives us coaches crazy, but you know, Brian, of course, good for his position, as they say. I guess he's used to being out there. Most of us coaches like those kids around the basket. Joe Carmichael is checking in for Heinley. You heard Chuck Johns say, stay out on the floor there, Lars. We're going to get Brian a quick rest. Now, Joe Carmichael, another 6'6" player. So Sheldon doesn't lose a lot of size with that substitution. See, every single starter, 6'2" to 6'9", and then they bring in 6'3" and 6'6" off the bench. A lot of size. It caused Barlow a ton of problems in the semifinal. Every player was about 2 to 3 inches taller than the Barlows that the player guarded. Brennan pushes, hits, for 3, and it's scored. Brian Mills once again. He's got 7. Now, Brian did that last night in the game when they were struggling a little bit. The second half, he came out and scored about 3 or 4 times in about 5 possessions. He's so capable of doing everything, outside and inside. Boyle on top. Gives to Lubison. Headed by Brennan. Brennan went toe-to-toe with Jared Price of Barlow last night. And there's a steal by Brennan. He's got the deuce. We're tied at 13. Well, that Sheldon defense, they look a little loose, but what they rely upon is just that, the anticipation of their excellent athletes, but also their size. They're able to get their hands up and take away some of those shots that, you know, for instance, 5'10" guards, 6'1" forwards, you never wouldn't be able to do. Last year in the state tournament, Brennan averaged 3 steals, about 6 assists a game. Sheldon back here playing. West Lynn finished 6th in last year's state tournament. Lubisic thought about the 3, and the 30 seconds left says maybe we'll get the better shot. Boyle took the better shot. He was set up for it, didn't get it to go, and stepping out of bounds is Lars Stewart, so it will be West Lynn basketball. Little substitutions coming in. This is a good one. The difference between these two teams, you're going to see West Lynn probably rotate in as many as 9 players. Sheldon will play 6, maybe 7. Yeah, but that is Lewis and Hodges off the bench right now. Really, that's as deep as they will go. 15 seconds left. Boyle in a little trouble. Quick pass, Carr. Not much time left. Valentine. And the shot will not get off in time. They lost track of the clock. West Lynn had a chance to break the tie, but as we finish the first 8 minutes of play, the score, West Lynn 13, Sheldon 13. start the second quarter. The score is tied at 13. Sheldon out of Eugene and West Lynn right here from the Portland area. All knotted up. Hey, weeknights at 6, Fox Sports Northwest brings you an early edition of Fox Sports News. Get the inside scoop on primetime matchups in the NBA, NHL, and college hoops. Then later at 10, see the scores and highlights from those matchups. Fox Sports News, weeknights at 6 and 10 on Fox Sports Northwest. Scott Lynn, Ken Harris, Bob Akamian with you from the Rose Garden in Portland. Sheldon in the green with the basketball, and steps are taken. Both teams shooting pretty well in the early going, Ken.
Well, right. I think that's kind of evened it out. Where we've seen a little difference is that West Lynn has out-rebounded Shell at this stage 7-1. But also, however, they've given the ball up 5 times to Shell was 2. So that's kind of balanced that side out. And that's why we have an even-Steven game. What we did see there is West Lynn, which they like to change up on their defense. They cannot roll 2-3 trap. I think it kind of surprised Sheldon.
I think so. West Lynn out-rebounded its opponents by 6 rebounds a game during the regular season. Doyle thought about the 3. And taking it was Lewis, didn't get it. A rebound there by Brian Mills, who's played big early on in this championship game. Kick inside. Nick Wright. I'm sorry, Joe Carmichael. Read the number well. Kept it alive. Sheldon still with it.
This is what we've seen out of Sheldon throughout most of the tournament, though, however. Getting those second and third shots. They just have so much size, you know, it's very difficult to keep them off that offensive board.
Out-rebounded Barlow by a dozen in the semifinal. And now steps are going to be called on Boyle, who had to fight hard to get the rebound.
Well, you're right. When he came down 1 foot, I think it would go off balance. A little hop step there, maybe.
Bart Valentine not thrilled with the call, but it's early on. And called even out.
Yes, with that first off, and I think they do post off. Again, Henry comes back in the game, and Morris goes out, and that's the Florida penalty, the nice luxury that Coach Johns has to show him. He can take that with a 6'6" kid, put a 6'9". I think that's a 6'9", put another 6'6" kid.
For 3, and it is good by Dan Drennan. He just drained his 3rd three-pointer of the state tournament. He's got 7 points.
I saw Dan earlier this afternoon at one of the consolation games, and he had ice on his back, and I was wondering if maybe that was going to affect his play. I think we know the answer to that.
Well, I think he was carrying his team last night in the overtime period.
That's very fascinating. Very good.
He hit the three-pointer with 2 seconds left to send the game to OT, and then finished with, I think, 7 points in the overtime period. He was huge.
Yeah, he was Mr. Clutch, no doubt about it.
Finished the night with 16 points, 7 assists, a couple of steals. Dan Drennan out of the point. With the basketball, inside, backdoor cut. That one picked off. That was David Hodgins that made the intercept. The junior who's come off the bench here.
Well, he was open for a bit, but David read that. I think what he did, he looked at the eyes versus with the basketball, which a lot of defenders don't do. But that'll tell you a lot, and then you have to anticipate one of those passes like that.
Now, Ken, has Sheldon adjusted here, or why has Cameron Carr slowed down after getting off the ice?
I guess, well, the adjustment mainly has been is that it looks like they're struggling a little bit. By that, I mean, they're turning their heads, trying to find him all the time.
Well, I found him, and then they found him, and he gets his 10 points.
They didn't score the flex quick enough right there.
16-15, Sheldon by a point.
Now, see, again, here you see a little different look out of West Lynn with a little 2-3 trap. They'll try to trap you away. If they don't get it, then they fall back to the little more standard zone.
And Highway is going to get to shoot a couple of free throws.
I think a difference in philosophy between coaches. Coach Valentine believes that he can show you some different looks. 2-3 zone, maybe a 1-2-1, and man. But, might throw your kids for a loop for a little bit.
Second personal foul on point guard Jared Valentine. He has to go to the bench now with 5 minutes left. We're only 11 minutes into this game. Coach Bart wants to make sure that he has his starting point guard around later.
Well, that's true. It's again, kind of, he has the luxury, to be very honest, again, with John Lewis, who plays a lot at the same time as Jared Valentine does, and is a very fine point guard in his own right.
Got one of the two, 17-15 Sheldon. This is Lewis kicking it to Lubicic. He has three-point range. We saw that in the semifinal and throughout the tournament. What a nice pass by Lubicic inside. Ooh, no finish. Haskett couldn't get it to go. Sheldon with a chance to increase its two-point advantage. And they're pushing it and pushed it a little too high.
Well, I think in fact Brian Heinley was 7'9" instead of 6'9". One of the things we're seeing again here is you might be wondering is how, again, West Lynn seems to be getting these people open so close to the basket. And again, they're tucking a player, Cameron Carr oftentimes, but other people behind those three big guys. And Sheldon tries to compensate with their size, but oftentimes they're getting caught on the way.
In the lane, that's Josh Haskett, and he's got 4. We're tied at 17. Haskett, senior. One of 4 seniors in the starting lineup for West Lynn. Sheldon also has some experience in Heinley and Drennan in the starting lineup. But pretty young team.
We actually have 3 juniors out there, and 3 pretty good juniors, obviously. Brian Mills, we've already talked about Lars Stewart, who's had an excellent year for Sheldon. And Troy Sloniker.
Haskett picks up his first personal foul. So before Sheldon inbounds the basketball, looks like they're going to have a timeout on the floor. So we are tied here with 3:54 left in the first half. It's Sheldon 17, West Lynn 17. You're watching the OSAA U.S. Bank 4A Boys Basketball Championships presented by Power Rents. We're tied here midway through the second quarter. Let's go to Bob Akamian.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Well, just like everything else in the world, the OSAA championships are on the internet. My man Troy here is doing a running play-by-play, and if you're watching at home live right now, you can log in at www.athletic-high.com and see running play-by-play and statistics as the game goes along, plus all the stats of all the tournament action around the state this week. It is scary, but the internet is everywhere.
Oh my, for a computer nerd like me, that is just scary. Well, Heinley missed the three-point try, and in fact, you maybe can hear the chants of air ball. Didn't get much, and now it's West Lynn with a chance to get back on top. You know, West Lynn in this tournament has started very quickly in the first quarter. First game, Churchill, 21-7 was the first quarter score. A 9-0 start against North Eugene. Yet, after Cameron Carr's great start, Sheldon has hung in there, and we were tied until that bucket. 6 points now for Haskett.
Well, up to this time, the game has really kind of evened out statistically. Both teams are about even, 9-8 on rebounds in favor of West Lynn. Turnovers are about even. The biggest difference now is that West Lynn's shooting the ball a little better.
David Hodge is up for the rebound. Got it. Fought off the pressure in the backcourt. John Lewis with it. Lubicic can hit this shot from here. It was lined up perfectly, but a little deep. Lubicic drilled a couple of those last night in the semifinals.
Well, it's kind of interesting, you know, maybe the very first play of the game, we saw Heinley post up and try to take on Cameron Carr. We haven't seen much of that since then, and I'm a little surprised.
Dan Drennan, who had 16 in the semifinal win last night over Barlow, 9 already here in the first half. We're tied at 19. Cameron Carr, dishing inside, hack it up strong, he's hacked. Haskett will shoot free throws. And that foul is on Brian Heinley. That is his first personal foul.
I think that's their first foul of the game. Well, again, you saw the size in there when Joshua Haskett got the ball. First of all, Brian Mills came at him at 6'6", and Heinley came at him at 6'9", forced him to clutch and double clutch, but he got fouled.
Haskett misses the first. Coming into the tournament, coming into this game, he was 5 for 7 in the tournament. Just a 57% shooter, though, on the season.
If West Lynn and Sheldon have flaws, it's that they maybe have not shot the ball from the free throw line very well in this tournament.
Absolutely. We were looking earlier that they're the 2 highest scoring teams, or 2 of the 3 highest scoring teams in the state tournament. The 16 teams that made it here to Portland for the final 16. But they also are the best defensive teams field goal percentage-wise.
Yes, they have most of the statistical categories covered. But except that one, the free throws, they have not done particularly well.
And foul going to the free throw line is Brian Mills. The foul's on Nicholas Lubicic. That's his first.
Well, here's the drive along the baseline by Brian Mills. And again, it shows his quickness at 6'6" and his ball handling skills.
And checking back in is Nick Carter. Going to give Troy Swanacher a quick breather. Brian Mills, Jr. missing the first. He was perfect in the tournament until that one.
And I don't think we did anything to jinx him, did we?
I didn't say a thing.
I don't think we could take the blame for that one.
It happens so often I can't begin to tell you. But now, after the made free throw, it's Sheldon by a point. Late first half. West Lynn with the basketball. The Lions trying for their first ever Class 4A championship. They finished 6th last year. They finished 2nd in 1990. That's the highest that the Lions have made it. There's Valentine, defended by Drennan. Cameron Carr. Drennan trying to get to it from behind. Boy, is he pesky. So Carr takes a pick, sets a pick, and takes him out. Lubicic in the corner for three. No good.
That was the shot he was looking for, too.
Yes, it was. Catch and shoot. He caught it right in rhythm. It was looking good, just didn't go. Under a minute to play, first half. 20-19. The Irish
finally inside.
Oh, it's travel before the basket is made. And so now it'll be West Lynn with a chance to go back on top.
Well, I think Brian forgot to put the ball on the floor where he needed to, and unfortunately created the turnover.
Turnovers even at 6, much to the dismay of Chuck Johns, the coach, who you saw a moment ago. Carr keeping it alive. Still with it. Comes away. Great effort there, but no result. Big rebound for the little guy, and I say little, he's 6'2". I guess he's not that little, but Drennan was in there in the Atlanta Giants. And now, Sheldon. Oh, boy, Heinlein for three. No good. Another air ball.
And at 20 seconds left in the half, it's probably not a well-advised shot.
Chuck Johns is immediately sending in someone to the scorer's table to check in for Heinlein if there's a dead ball. But if there isn't a dead ball, we'll be heading to halftime very soon. 5 seconds left. Does West Lynn know this time? Valentine does. Pump fake got himself free. No good. And that's going to do it. So again, West Lynn with an opportunity at the end of the quarter coming up empty. And at halftime, it is Sheldon that has the lead. It is close. We knew it would be. 20-19 is your halftime score. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. It's halftime here at the Rose Garden. Sheldon leading West Lynn by 1. Halftime continues here in Portland at the Rose Garden. Sheldon leading West Lynn 20-19. And boy, another great game. We talk about the close game. Biggest lead in this one, 6 points for West Lynn.
Well, it really has been a contest that's kind of gone back and forth, and I think that we'll continue to see that through the second half.
Let's check out the scoring leaders for the first half. First, the Irish of Sheldon High School, the school from Eugene. And you can see that, you know, really, they, again, have pretty much balanced scoring a lot of times, and that's what we have again.
Well, that's exactly right. We've see Dan Drennan there with 9 and Brian Mills with 8. Brian Heinlein is maybe the surprise. Brian's just going to score a little more than that.
It has been Drennan leading the way for sure.
Well, Dan Drennan is definitely the leader of this basketball team on both ends of the floor. There he anticipates the pass extremely well. Goes in for the uncontested lay-in. And again, no hot duggy stuff. Notice, just a nice, good old-fashioned lay-in. We coaches love that.
Absolutely. Well, as far as the leading scorers for West Lynn, Cameron Carr got off to that great start, scoring the first 8 points for his team. And again, only 3 players have scored.
Well, that's right, and I think the name that you miss up there a little bit is Nick Lubicic, who's been unable to hit this half. But Carr, of course, got the benefit of the Ryan Boyle pass and a great slam dunk that thrilled the West Lynn fans.
And the halftime statistics, as Cameron Carr celebrates a little bit, you can see not many turnovers. It's been a pretty well-played first half.
It really has, and you don't see a lot of difference there in the stats. I think West Lynn has shot a little better,
and they got a couple more shots off, but they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and Sheldon's 6 for 8, so that's why we have such a balanced game.
Let's see, a one-point game. Get to shoot a few more free throws. Maybe that is part of the big difference here. We're going to take a quick break. We will come back. Second half still to come. Sheldon leading West Lynn 20-19.
Sheldon 20, West Lynn 19, halftime of the boys Class 4A championship game for the state of Oregon. Well, this is the final game of a long week of basketball at Memorial Coliseum and the Rose Garden. And earlier today, the other trophy games were also decided. We start in consolation round. Glencoe winning their first trophy in a long time, going back to 1983, beat Crescent Valley 60-49. Another Eugene school gets a trophy. Churchill over Beaverton 47-45. A couple of late free throws cinch it for the Lancers. And in a thrilling third-place game, Ryan Tucker steps to the free throw line and buries 3 free throws with no time remaining. North Eugene over Barlow 57-55 for third place. So the Midwestern League, Eugene schools, guaranteed 3 trophies tonight, one of the best finishes ever for that league. The only question is, does Sheldon get first or second? We'll know in 16 minutes. Second half action when we come back. Sheldon, West Lynn for all the marbles.
We're just about to start the third quarter. First, let's go to Bob Akamian with Chuck Johns, the coach of Sheldon.
Well, this is Sheldon basketball. You used your 7 guys. Drennan's doing the job, and you got them right where you want them, except it's only a 1-point game.
Right. I mean, I think we can execute a lot better. I think we can shoot a lot better. Although we had some pretty good shots that we just didn't balance and shoot and put in the basket.
Is Carr a guy? I mean, you can't stop him, or you're containing him enough.
Well, I think we just got to make sure we keep between him and the basket and contest his shots and block him off.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
16 minutes to a title for the Sheldon Irish.
Or for Bart Valentine's West Lynn Lions. So we shall see. Interestingly, you can see West Lynn trying to win its first 4A championship. Sheldon won in 1992, playing in their 16th state tournament this year. In that 92 tournament, first-team alternate players on that title team, Zach Penn and Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland, who's now helping Coach Chuck Johns here with the Sheldon team. I was talking to him earlier today and told him probably much of the success of the Sheldon team was due to him. But
oh, absolutely.
He's a fine young man. It's nice to see him helping out, giving something back to the game of basketball.
And fans for West Lynn, fans for Sheldon, all ready to go. They are psyched as we begin the third quarter. West Lynn in the white with the basketball. Sheldon Irish in the green and again in the zone.
Well, I don't think you'll see the Sheldon team change that defense unless they get behind it and are forced to come out and play some man-to-man.
Chuck Johns kept his team in the locker room until just about a minute remained on the clock, and they look a little fired up here in the opening seconds.
Well, and that adjustment right there may have been what happened, is because that's what West Lynn was doing to really hurt him, was get that ball to the man on the baseline, and Lars Stewart went in there and cut that pass off that time.
We're in the third quarter, early moments. 2019, Sheldon by 1 over West Lynn. The Midwestern League champions from Sheldon. Those Eugene schools have been very strong here in the state tournament. West Lynn on a 16-game winning streak. Interestingly, Sheldon lost its last regular season game and is only on a 3-game win streak.
Yes, actually they lost to North Eugene in the last game of league play. The Eugene schools right now actually are playing some very, very good basketball. That's very true, and these teams are young. Churchill has most of their players back. Sheldon has 3 juniors out here. North Eugene has 3 or 4 very good juniors back. They'll continue to be tough.
Dan Drennan is called for the personal foul. That is his first.
Well, Sheldon's definitely not in foul trouble. That's 2 they've had the entire game.
Just 2 fouls. Only 1 in the first half, and I've got to think Bart Valentine maybe mentioned something to the officials. They walked by. But again, we were talking during the break that you play the zone, you don't foul as much.
Well, that generally is true, and actually there haven't been a lot of fouls for either team, but I think it's true. It's a little more of a passive defense than the man-to-man that West Lynn's playing.
Well, we're a minute 22 seconds into this one, and there's another foul, this one on Lars Stewart.
Lars tried to do something that's been very successful at tonight, which is slapping that ball loose inside, but that time he got beyond.
Hindley was right there for the block, but Stewart fouled him first.
6.5 minutes to play. There is Cameron Carr. Inside, doesn't get it, gets the board. Doesn't get it this time, but he'll shoot some free throws as he is fouled.
Well, we start talking about fouls. And,
we haven't seen him down at this end of the floor since
right.
then.
We're a minute and a half in the game, and Sheldon's got 3 of them. They did deny his first shot, intimidated him, but he did a great job of pump faking in there, get the Sheldon kids to leave their feet, and went in and drew the foul.
Carr with 10 points, now 11, and we are tied at 20.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Cameron scored the first 8 points for West Lynn, and he's been kind of quiet, so this is an opportunity maybe for him to get a rolling again.
He's got a dozen, meaning in every tournament game he has scored in double figures. He scored 21 against Glencoe, 13 against Churchill, 17 points, 9 boards in the semifinal win over North Eugene, and they needed it all. Averaging 17 points and nearly 9 rebounds in the tournament after averaging 14 points and nearly 8 rebounds during the regular season. And remember, folks, he's just a sophomore.
Right. He'll undoubtedly be a member of the All-Star team here, all-tournament team, which we'll see at the conclusion of this game.
Lars Stewart with the miss. West Lynn with the ball on a 1-point advantage. Strong to the basket. Lots of green shirts there, but Cameron Carr comes away with it. He's in the lane a long time, forces up the shot, stays with it. There's Haskett. Wow, working the board.
Well, this is truly a credit to West Lynn's tenacity, because Sheldon has not had this happen to him in their 3 previous games, and West Lynn must have had three attempts at the basket. Well, there's the first shot. Haskett comes in, comes up with the left hand, puts it up, and still draws the foul.
And Joe Carmichael checks in, number 30, in place of Lars Stewart. Same size players, both 6'6", 190, as Haskett goes to the line. And he got the roll. 7 points now, 22-20.
Well, you know, last night Sheldon led by 10 in the semifinal game against Barlow, and lost that lead in the third quarter. Did not play very well. They started pretty slow here also.
Little trouble. Beats the press nicely. Great passing by Sheldon and a foul. And Carmichael's going to go to the line. Boy, you got to like that as a coach, seeing that ball barely touching anybody's hands.
Very, very good and very unselfish play by Brian Mills, because he could have went up with that ball, might have even drawn an offensive charge and handed it off to Carmichael, his teammate.
And it worked out very well, though, because Jared Valentine, the point guard, just picked up his 3rd foul for West Lynn. Joe Carmichael entering this game, perfect 2 of 2, and he's now missed this one. Tournament stats, you can see. Scored a couple of points a game. He gets 1 of 2, and it's 22-21. Scott LInn, Ken Harris, Bob McCamey with you. We're live from the Rose Garden in Portland. It's the 4A championship, and it's good, and this is Carr for 3. No good. Dan Drennan in a hurry, kicks the ball off his foot. You can pick it up after that, though. And here's Heinley for 3, in rhythm. Down it goes. 6'9", shooting better than 50% from 3-point range.
Well, you know, we've kind of been a little critical of a couple of his earlier shots, but that one, you gave the key word. He had his rhythm.
Chuck Johns, the coach of the Irish, liked the looks of that one. Nice play. Haskett doesn't get it to go, and Joe Carmichael making his presence felt here in the few minutes since coming in.
It's a great passing, actually, by West Lynn. They just weren't able to convert the basket.
And the foul, I think, on Lubicic.
I know Coach Valentine feels that this may be the best passing team he's ever coached, and they're truly an outstanding passing team in this tournament. So there was the great pass, and just weren't able to convert. And that looked a little bit like the lay-in we saw last night in the semifinal game. Maybe Sheldon has a hex on that particular shot.
Last night it came in the final second of overtime. And in the second overtime, Sheldon beat #1 ranked Barlow. Mills strong to the hoop.
Brian Mills. You know, there were rumors that Brian might not be up to par tonight, because there were things were circulating this afternoon during the consolation games that Brian had gotten injured quite badly in the celebration last night out here on the floor. Somebody jumped on him and hurt his leg quite bad. I don't think I see any of that pain.
For 3, Dan Drennan. And it's a 7-point lead, the biggest of the night for Sheldon. An 8-0 run, and the Irish have a lot of eyes smiling. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left in this third quarter. Sheldon has taken a 29-22 lead. Welcome back, everybody. Scott Lynn along with Ken Harris and Bob Akamian. 7-point Sheldon lead, the biggest of the game. And take a look at this Dan Drennan shot.
Huge three-pointer from behind the NBA line, Dan Drennan. It's very, very similar to the shot he made last night that got Sheldon into this championship game. He is really the spark plug of this basketball team. You can kind of see it defensively down there. He kind of directs things, and offensively definitely runs the show for the Irish.
The three-point shooting is just unbelievable. Sheldon 4 for 6, West Lynn 1 for 9. And my goodness, here's Lubitz. It's strong to the basket. Big move for West Lynn.
Right, a nice pass by Cameron Carr. Well, the West Lynn, I think, is just going to have to tighten up a little bit defensively here, and I know that that's what the coach told them there at the timeout.
West Lynn kind of plays in spurts from time to time. The Lions had a 9-0 lead in the game against North Eugene. Then saw a 10-0 run, but came right back with an 11-0 run. So there's kind of an ebb and flow to the West Lynn game.
Well, you're going to kind of see that in most basketball games where people are going to get, it's a game of runs. You generally like to keep those runs at 4 to 5 points. And here, I think Sheldon had a run of what, 7?
8, I believe.
8 points.
Yeah. 8-0 run.
Well, that was why the timeout was called by Coach Valentine.
Cameron Carr picked up his second personal, but here's Jared Valentine. He missed it. And the tip is missed by Lubitz. It's a lost opportunity for West Lynn.
That was really a tough break for the Lions.
For 3, Heinley feeling it, doesn't get it. And there you see the height advantage. And a foul is going to be called on Ryan Boyle, who had to be frustrated as Brian Mills went up high over his back.
Well, he did. And then to Brian Mills' credit, not only did he hustle, to get up there to the rebound, but then he hustled after the ball when it became loose. Heinley's missed 3 creates kind of the longer rebound, enables Brian Mills to get that.
Sheldon with a 5-point lead in the basketball. Quick pass, Heinley inside against Carr. Loses the handle, out of bounds. West Lynn gets it back.
Brian Heinley just isn't extremely comfortable around the basket. You can kind of see that. In fact, I thought that time he even traveled first before he missed the ball.
Could that leak in because he was 6'6" and not maybe more of a perimeter player?
Well, when he was here last year, I remember that he was primarily a perimeter player, and he just hasn't made that adjustment yet.
Josh Haskett is in the game again for West Lynn. 2:40 left, third quarter. 5-point Irish lead over the Lions.
Well, West Lynn seems at least to have kind of put their finger in the leak in the dike field a little bit, stop the flow. Now they need to chip away at that lead again.
Carr driving to the basket, and that is going to be an offensive foul, and foul number 3 on Cameron Carr. Perhaps some inexperience showing there.
Actually, a very, very good call. Carmichael was there very, very early on Cameron's shot. That's the kind where you got to pull up and either then decide to shoot or dish. He decided to go all the way to the basket. Can't do that at this level very often.
Really, no doubt about that call. Art Valentine not happy, but I think he's more upset that Cameron Carr tried to take it from the top of the key and didn't get it done, and picks up his 3rd foul and now has to be careful. And there with a nice spin shot, down it goes. That is first basket, I think, for Troy Swanigan. Yes, it is. 31-24, Sheldon. Carr, nice dish inside, but what a rejection there was Heinley.
Exactly. A great play by Brian Heinley. That's what we're talking about. Not only 6'9", but long arms and able to come in there and support that attempt by West Lynn.
Haskett the rebound off the Swanigan miss. Sheldon had a chance to take its biggest lead, but now the Irish trying to come back and make that the Lions trying to come back and cut it. Right now a 7-point Irish lead.
You know, I was impressed with, though, with the last play down there. So Cameron Carr did almost the same thing, but if you'll notice, he stopped up that time to the key and made the nice pass.
Good point.
So he learns fast.
Valentine loses the handle, but there was a reason for that. He is grabbed on the wrist by Dan Drennan, who picks up the personal. That's the second on Drennan. Substitutions coming in.
Then play the game.
Valentine.
West LInn has 6 players on the floor, so I don't think they're probably going to allow that.
Ryan Boyle had just checked into the game, but there's some confusion. He did not. Go tell Cameron Carr that, Cameron, you need to take a seat.
Yeah. Cameron's not used to coming out of that often, so he's not looking for it.
Certainly not with his team down 7. Boyle coming in, launched the 3, didn't get it. Sheldon with the ball in transition.
Very often you like players to maybe touch the ball once or twice when they're coming in off the bench before they take that quick 3.
Lubicic, excellent defender. Does a nice job of stopping the drive by Drennan, and now a foul call, a touch foul, but a foul nonetheless. And it's going to be the 3rd foul on Lubicic.
I think we're going to see a few more free throws here in this half we did in the first one. The next foul, West LInn will put Sheldon in the 1-on-1, and Sheldon has 5 fouls. So they'll be a bigger factor in this game than maybe we thought.
45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Irish looking for their first state championship in 5 years.
So West LInn now gets the side inbounds play going to a little 2-3 trap. Didn't work here initially, but they're trying to change up a little bit.
Shot no good. Again, the ball knocked around all over the place. West LInn with it. And a nice job of getting out of trouble by John Lewis. He kicks to Boyle. Boyle drives. There is contact. And a blocking foul is called. And I think that's a good call, Ken.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get there in time. It's been a well-officiated ball game. Very, very well officiated.
I've watched most of the games, as have you, this week, and I think the officials have really done an outstanding job. And it's tough when there's so much pressure on every call.
Well, there really is, yes. As you can see there very clearly that Slonaker did not have position there. He had not established his feet there prior to Boyle getting there. Well, and I'll tell you very quickly, because I kind of sit in the coaches section here throughout the tournament, and I think the officiating has improved a whole bunch over the last few years. And you don't hear nearly the complaints from coaches, and that's unusual, obviously.
And you're sitting right there with it.
That's
You hear
right.
it.
I think it has improved a lot.
Boyle gets 1 of 2. It's 31-25. Sheldon. 10 seconds. Great spacing. Heinley for 3. Yes! Biggest lead, 9 points as time runs out. And the Sheldon Irish are feeling it. They are 8 minutes away from a state championship. Brian Heinley from downtown. You question him early. Now you see the reason why.
Well,
he's got that shooter's mentality, kid.
Yeah, he's never seen a shine in life. But again, very honestly, again, that time he got the ball squared up to the basket with a good look at it.
All right, 8 minutes of basketball remaining. Sheldon leading West LInn by 9. The score is 34-25. Chuck Johns got his team together, hoping to get it done. We begin the 4th quarter. Sheldon leading West LInn 34-25. The Irish inbound the basketball and hope to get that lead into double digits. Score by quarters. You can see West LInn scored just 6 points in each of the last 2 periods. The Irish turned the ball over, and boy, did West LInn have some shooting problems in that 3rd period.
Well, they sure did. They went 1 for 11. You know, Coach Johns came out at the half, and he said he thought his team could get a little better shooting percentages, and they sure did. And 3 of those made 5 field goals were 3-pointers, which is why they have the 9-point lead.
Lubicic tried to get it to Boyle, threw it away. Tough pass to handle. Turnover, West LInn.
Both teams starting with a turnover here. Again, West LInn started off with a little trap, caused Sheldon to turn over, but they didn't take advantage of it. Here again is a little 2-2-1, 3-quarter court trap. Mr. Drennan doesn't have too much trouble breaking it.
Ball knocked out of bounds off Heinley's hands.
Sheldon's a tough team to trap because of their size. They just, everybody you put in the trap just looks right over the top of you.
And they throw the ball deep a lot, and it's an easy pass when you're tall.
It really is.
This is Drennan, now Swanaker. Swanecker ball stripped by Valentine. This is Lubicic. He got this one. Nicholas Lubicic.
Swanecker committed a real no-no there, and that is when you're under pressure, you cannot put the ball over your head and hold it there. You're inviting people to come and knock it away. You have to fake the pass, as you see up here now, how he's moving the ball around, not leaving it there as an invitation to knock that away.
Finally feels it, doesn't get it. Big rebound right there. That was Swanecker that got the board, and now free throws.
Dan Drennan knows what to do with it when he gets that basketball. He saw a little gap to the basket, and he didn't hesitate. He's a fine free throw shooter. Again, we saw that last night in the semifinal game. Crunch time, second overtime. He's a real leader for this ball club.
There's the second foul on Ryan Boyle. 6.5 minutes to play. Free throw good. Dan Drennan drains it. First team all Midwestern League the last 2 years. And you can see why. Stepping up in the clutch. Doesn't get that one. 8-point Sheldon lead.
Lots of time left in this contest, obviously at 6.5 minutes. We've seen a lot of these 8-point leads fade away.
Westman shooting the ball pretty well again tonight. And here's a three-point try from way downtown. Cameron Carver, rebound and score.
Well, Cameron was able to do that because Brian Heinle got pulled out away from the basket, so he had no contest.
In transition, Brian Mills.
Can't say enough about Brian Mills either. What an active player for his size.
Sheldon came into this championship game shooting 58% from the field in the first 3 games of the tournament. And now a timeout is being called by Bart Valentine. He wants to talk it over. The Westland Lions trailing by 8 with 5:49 to play in regulation. With timeout on the floor, we'll step aside as well.
Hey, we got to change the
37-29, Sheldon leading Westland. We're back here at the Rose Garden in Portland. Scott Lynn along with Ken Harris and Bob Akamian.
Well, I'll tell you one guy who knows all about winning a state championship for Sheldon. It's Scott Weiland. He was all-tournament first team in 1992 when the Irish won their last title, and he's sitting right next to Chuck Johns now, an assistant coach. They look a little different when they put on him a jacket and tie, but he brings a lot of expertise to the Sheldon bench.
Well, he's dressed nice too, which is really good. A lot of these young guys today don't know how to do that. I talked to him the other day, and he said, Coach, I won't disappoint you.
Well, Brian Heinle missed the jam. There was a foul.
Again, a nice pass from Brian Mills. And Heinle takes just what he should do, takes it right to the rim. Draws the foul.
Haskett's second personal. Heinle averaged 18.5 points last year, his junior year. That scoring average dropped a bit to just under 17 points. But he did lead the team with 52 blocks in the regular season, 2.5 blocks a game.
Those block shots could create havoc with the offense. And when you work hard to try to get out for a good shot, and all of a sudden somebody comes in and knocks it away from you, it's pretty discouraging.
Heinle has 11 points. Sheldon 39-29, leading the Westland Lions. Good pressure again in the zone. Boy, you don't want to pick the ball up. There's not much you do with it at that point.
It's a tough place to be in that corner.
And again, we see Carr far away from the basket trying to get in there. And he's going to be held. Foul is called as Carr drove that way.
But he, again, is doing what needs to be done to create havoc with that Sheldon zone. He's penetrating inside as the middleman of his own comes up to get the, when he was to dish it off and follow inside. He got fouled before that. He does get it out.
Free throw line. And that is important. Get points with the clock stopped.
Well, you got to do that. Plus gives your team an opportunity to press.
15 points now for Carr. 5:05 left. 9-point Sheldon lead. Carr doesn't get it. Lubicic, big rebound basket.
Big play for him. Brian Heinle had the ball, looked like, lost control of it, and Nick Lubicic took advantage.
There's the press. Heinle, good pass. Sheldon doesn't get one yet. Still launching shots. Got the roll. Oh, my goodness. That's Sloniker with it. Big rebound basket for Troy Sloniker. It's happened all tournament. Sheldon is just so big, it just wears you down. Yeah, Troy's a guard. You know, he's probably 6'3 and a half. Yeah. And just a junior. Could still be growing. Coaches love those guys who are about 6'3", 6'4", and still growing. Big three-point shot now by Jared Valentine. West LInn bench up. So are their fans. Sheldon in transition. 6-point game. 4:20 to play. Mills strong to the basket. Blocking foul is called. Tough call. Valentine is going to pick up the personal. That'd be his fourth. And Jared's three-pointer is a big shot because he's really not noted particularly for his outside shooting. He does a lot of things for this ball club. Let's see. Well, I've seen those go the other way. That's a nice way of saying it, Coach. And yes, you'll probably have one of these officials, at least one of them, next year. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful. You know, defensive pitch is the toughest call in basketball, as we know. And when you have the replay, sure, you make the right call, but sometimes tough. And West LInn dodges a huge bullet there and finally had the rebound. 4 minutes remaining in this game. Valentine just hit a three from there. But Drennan came out to block him, and now going for the steal, Drennan is called for the personal. That's his fourth. Both point guards, 4 fouls. Well, and Sheldon does not have a replacement, particularly, to be very honest. Sloniker has to go to point guard. He's really played little minutes there all year, so it'll be a very difficult loss for Sheldon if that happens. And Sheldon, Coach Chuck Johns wants to talk about it, so we're going to listen in.
Scum, I need you on the floor.
Exactly what we know he's saying.
We don't want him shooting free throws. That just gives him easy ones. We don't need the foul. All right? Keep your hands off and don't reach. All right, just take it strong. Just do a little bank shot. Okay. You need a break?
Can't catch it, move the basketball and move yourself. We're 40. That's 41 coming up the floor. That's a good aggressive man-to-man. You have 40 first. That's denial. Then 41 coming up the floor. Look around, be aware. Yeah, see the whole floor so you can rotate and help and pick off a pass, okay? You know you got 4 now, okay? I know you got a big heart, but you can't go foul. Okay? Drennan has 4 also. Drennan has 4. It would hurt him if he went down. They got no point guard. Let's go.
Well, certainly, Bart Valentine is aware of the same thing that Ken Harris said moments ago. I got to tell you something, folks. Ken Harris is sitting here writing down all the plays in case he plays these teams next year.
No, that's not true. Actually, Bart Valentine was talking about running a 40 defense, then which is a denial of the pass in bounds. And then he'll be in a 41 up the floor, which means they'll be in a zone press as they come down the floor. And then they'll convert to their third defense on the same possession here, which will be an aggressive man-to-man if the first two don't result in turnovers.
Obviously, a well-coached team to be able to do that.
Right, and again, part of his philosophy that we have to, we've got to show you different things here. And again, he has kind of quicks and intelligent players. His starting 5 are 3.95 GPA average for the 5 starters. So when you have that, you do those kind of things. Now they're in the 41. They're in the zone trap. And now they'll go man-to-man.
Jared Valentine hit the 2 free throws. It's a 4-point game. 3:40 to play in regulation. Don't go away, folks. It's great to be bringing it to you here live on Fox Sports Northwest. Very big play by Drennan, who took a gamble driving the lane with 4 fouls.
Well, he sure did, and then he used a great body control to take and position himself where he could put that ball over the front of the rim.
Drennan, 15 points. He's been huge. Cameron Carr, nice body control. Doesn't get the shot. Sheldon chases it down. That's Sloniker. And now in a hurry.
Going up.
Finally for 3. No. But Heinley with his own rebound and smartly will run some time off the clock.
Not a shot that Coach was very happy with, but Brian bailed himself out.
Whoa. And a blocking foul is called on Lubicic. And that's his fourth.
Well, Dan had the lane there, and like you say, a smart drive, but on the other hand, a dangerous one, because you never know if somebody's going to step out in front of you. And then, again, those are those tough calls that go either way.
And no question that that is who Chuck Johnson was talking to when he said, son, I love your heart, but I need you out there.
Can't do any good sitting in the bench. And he also mentioned that fouls stop the clock. They get the easy baskets for the free throw line. So fouls are not part of your game plan at this stage of the game when you're ahead.
Dan Drennan, senior guard, playing his last game as a member of the Sheldon Irish. He's having a huge game, but misses this free throw with 2:52 to play. 6-point Sheldon lead. Missed them both. Rebound, Josh Hackett. Wes LInn a chance to cut it. Down by 6. Lubicic for 3. Long shot, didn't get it. He does have NBA rings. Great hustle by Valentine. Oh my, yes, 3! 3 points, Sheldon lead.
Jared Valentine, again, not what he's going for. Comes up with 2 huge, and a steal.
Oh my goodness!
And a foul.
Jared Valentine, 8 points, all in the quarter. And now he finds Lubicic, who has 8 points, 6 in the quarter. The guard getting it done for Wes LInn, and now a chance to tie with 2:20 to play.
First of all, he hustled to get the rebound away from Mills. Sticks the 3. Great pass. Because I don't think he gets that basket if he doesn't give the ball up.
It was an absolutely perfect behind-the-back bounce pass. The free throw, though, is missed. Sheldon still leads by 1. What a game we have here for you. It's the OSAA US Bank 4A Boys Basketball Championship game presented by Power Rents, live on Fox Sports Northwest. Heinley with a big hoop for the Irish.
Well, again, that time Brian was inside at the 5-foot range at 6'9", which is where he needs to be.
13 points, and now the 3, and we are tied.
Don't you?
Jared Valentine and the Westland Lions tried to get a timeout, didn't get it done. 1:40 to play, all knotted up. The Rose Garden is rocking. Heinley, the ball knocked away by Valentine. He might have got away with a foul, but in any case, Westland now with a chance to take the lead.
They'll spread it out. They'll pull Sheldon out of this zone. Go for the last shot. Jared had a big smile on his face up there, and I think he may have felt he got away with one.
It was a dangerous play. It would have been his 5th foul. You talk about a play that could change the outcome of a game. Scoring run, 12-4 for Westland. Lubicic in some trouble, gets it to Carr. Carr double team in the corner, not where you want it. Gets it out, and out on top. The Westland fans suddenly alive. Valentine in his final game.
Well, Sheldon has elected here to kind of stay in their zone defense. I mean, they're coming out, put a little pressure on the ball, but now they're kind of matching up. Here we go. Looks like a little man-to-man. Something that they're not used to doing. It's not their forte.
The Westland Lions, 24-2 on the year.
Cameron Carr to try to drive in Heinley.
There it is. Carr drive, pulls up, dishes to Hudson, and yes! Westland leads! The Irish push it. 15 seconds left. Dan Drennan calls timeout. Westland on an amazing run in the 4th quarter. The Lions have never won a state championship. They've won their last 16 games, and with a great 4th quarter comeback, their fans are in delirium.
Jared Valentine, I don't know, you never want to say one player said it all, but Jared Valentine has unbelievable last 2 minutes. And there again, Cameron Carr took on Brian Heinley, who could not handle him one-on-one, took it to the hoop and dished off. You see there again, he beats him off the dribble, pulls up, and notice this time, Josh Haskett there for the easy hoop.
And he has 9 points. More importantly, it is a 47-45 West Linn lead. Let's go into the Sheldon huddle. Well, Chuck Johns has sent his team back on the floor. Wow. Things have changed in just the last couple of minutes. And if they steal one, it will be Jared Valentine that will have stolen. He came into this game with a team-high 5 steals in the state tournament. He averaged 2.5 steals a game.
You got to pick him up. Okay, no foul.
Well, both teams have 2 timeouts left. We may see a little more strategy here.
Lions, 1, 2, 3, Lions. Go tell Bill. Go tell Bill.
You can see the switch in emotion. The last time we went into huddles, it was the Irish that were feeling it. Oh. This quarter, West Linn 80%. The best shooting team in the tournament has come on strong in the final 8 minutes. And just before the ball is handed to Sheldon, West Linn calls a timeout.
Right, I think that you're liable to see maybe even one more here. Who knows? Obviously, the game resting on the line here.
And let's go to the huddle.
They will not get a second shot, period. Everybody blocks off. They will not get a second shot. You block off, you get your butt into somebody and block off. They're all going to be crashing, okay? Number 2, okay? We're in solid 11 man-to-man, okay? We are not leaving to double team and trap. We're solid 11 man-to-man. Help out. They're going to score over somebody's arm or they're not going to score, and then we're going to block off. Get up and challenge a shot. It's all right. Get up and challenge it. Make them earn it, and then block off. Don't lose sight of men and ball. This is why we do shell drill all year long. Hey, listen. You got 3 stops in 7 possessions. Let's go! Let's go!
You heard the coach say 3 stops and 7 possessions, meaning they've done a tremendous job of keeping Sheldon away from the basket.
Well, no stop, more important. Listen, what the coach told them, they're going to play a straight man-to-man, no traps. They hope to at least stay in front of their man on the shot, and then 5 guys to the boards, all blockouts, limit them to 1 shot. I think you'll see Sheldon put the ball in the hands of Dan Drennan.
Drennan kicks it off the hands of Brian Mills, who's had a tremendous championship game, but Chuck John says we need a timeout to try to set up the defense. Heartbreak for Brian Mills. We've seen so much of that in the state tournament. We saw it in the 4th place game. A kid from Beaverton made a mental mistake. Game tied, fouled in the final seconds. I believe he thought his team was behind. 2 free throws cost his team a chance at victory. We saw it last night where just execution, end of overtime, a missed layup. Now tonight, a turnover that could prove so costly.
That Cameron?
Well, I think what we're going to see is Brian Mills take his eyes off the ball. See, you did not see him look that ball into his hand. He's already trying to figure out how he's going to turn his square for the basket.
And oh, those guys on the bench were happy over there for West Linn. But there's still work to do.
Well, it doesn't take a miracle, but it's going to take some kind of big-time play here for Sheldon. They really do need to do something on this bounce pass right here.
Wait until Jared's ready. Go that way. Boyle, go that way. Nick, you got to read. You're either coming there or there. I want the ball in Nick's hands. We hit 2 free throws. The game's over.
Well, he wants the ball in Nick Lubasic's hands. His best free throw shooter. He says, if it's in Nick's hands, they got to foul him. Game's over because he's confident he'll make both shots.
Interesting in that Lubasic just 1 of 4 coming into the game tonight from the free throw line for the tournament. 25%, yet on the year, 72%. So that is the best free throw shooter.
Well, for Sheldon right here, they've got to try to deny this pass. Oh my gosh, that's a gamble. Oh, that's a gamble.
It's my goodness. What a break for West Linn.
Holy Moses. Of such things.
And a
state championships made.
Unbelievable good break for West Linn.
Unbelievable.
Jared Valentine is fouled and will shoot free throws, but you just saw something that is absolutely amazing.
You could do that if you wanted to. I mean, people have plays when you're behind to try to throw the ball off the backboard. But unbelievable. I actually have to admit, I'm shocked that West Linn attempted that pass in the first place. But to have it worked out, I guess, it's meant to be.
You talk about the luck of the Irish, not so on this play.
Well, sometimes to win these state championships, it's just meant to be. You have to have things go your way. It's gone West Lynn's way here the last 3 minutes.
And Jared Valentine to the free throw line. He has 11 points. 1.9 seconds remaining on the game clock.
Sheldon has 1 timeout left. I'd be surprised if they don't call it here.
2 free throws.
This is either before, after the first one, maybe.
Valentine got it.
Well, you knew he wasn't going to miss. He's made everything else.
My goodness. It's just shocking to see it a second time. And after the timeout,
Listen to me. Listen
let's
to
go
me
back
now.
into the huddles.
This free throw goes in the basket.
This is Bart Valentine of West Lynn.
You don't even move. Anybody moves, they're kicked off by team for the next game. I'm serious. Don't even move, okay? If this free throw goes in, because you can't lose. Now, if this free throw doesn't go in, do not go inside the three-point line to guard anybody, okay? They've got to have a 3 here. They've got to have a 3. Know where your man is. Know where your man is. Know where your man is. Number one.
Oh, goodness, West Lynn so close to its first ever state championship.
Well, Coach Valentine covered the situations perfectly. If they make the free throw, the game is over. If they miss it, they do not guard inside the three-point line. They got to force Sheldon to shoot over the top up from some kind of a long distance.
Valentine, all 12 of his points in the fourth quarter.
I think he's our MVP.
And it will be West Lynn to win, but not until Sheldon talks it over as the Irish use their last time out. West Lynn fans, the students are hopping up and down behind the backboard. And Sheldon, Chuck Johns.
Yeah, that isn't what he wanted. Actually, what Chuck wanted there was them to throw the ball the length of the floor and toss, then call the timeout, and hope to have 1 second down here where he can have something happen.
Just go to the basket hard, make the shot.
That's like I say, they're 16, 17-year-old kids, and that's what makes high school basketball so exciting.
Well, Chuck Johns just actually at this point, he knows it's almost futile because he even just said now, if the shot goes up, look for the tip. Well, you need a 4-point play here. So,
and West Lynn probably will not come out.
They might not come out of the huddle.
The 5 of them will stand over there by the coach and hug him so that they can be on the team next year and then for the next game.
Bart Valentine has taken teams into this tournament many times. He took teams into postseason play 8 straight years before taking last year off to become an assistant coach for a year at George Fox College, George Fox University now. He saw his team finish 6th last year. He wasn't part of that. He wanted to be part of it, and now he's going to win a state championship. Sheldon shoots. It is no good. West Lynn, the Oregon 4A boys champion. And the coaches offer congratulations. Bart Valentine shaking the hands of Coach Chuck Johns.
I can't believe it.
And emotional. Bart Valentine, what's he feeling, Coach? You've been there.
It's unbelievable. Plus, you got to have this little factor in. I again was fortunate enough to have his dad. Jared Valentine was the hero of this basketball game. Jared Valentine is closely related to Bart Valentine.
What a thrill. What a thrill to have your son be the star of the title game. It's the things dreams are made of. And Jared Valentine, the coach's son, stepped up big when his team needed it. The point guard, the senior, he got it done when his team needed it most. The West Lynn Lions finished the year 25-2, state champions out of the Three Rivers League. The first team in the league's history to go unbeaten in conference. The Sheldon kids obviously very disappointed. They see their season end 23-3. Let's go to Bob Akamian, who's standing by with a star of the game.
Jared Valentine. It is a family thing at West Lynn. Dad's the coach. His brother was here before Kyle had a chance to win a title. And that fourth quarter, I think everyone knows it by now. 0 going into the 4th, and it was your time, wasn't it?
Well, all year we have people, one person steps up every game. I mean, I haven't had a big game all year. I don't know what happened. I'm saving it, I guess. I don't know. But Cameron carried us at times this tournament. Nick carried us at times. We had Boyle carry us at times in this 16 game winning streak. I don't know what it was. But we all stepped up. We're a team of heart. And we love, I mean, we prayed before the game. You know, we knew this game was ours. Give all the glory to God. We love it.
And your dad always says that. There is no plan for this. I mean, someone just does it.
Every night, someone just steps up and does it. We got a team of good basketball players. And it was a team that played together, played with unity. I love them all.
Sheldon, obviously a bigger, stronger team inside. Where did the gaps open up for you in the 4th?
We just started knocking some threes down. We tried to get the game going. We couldn't hit anything in the first. For 3 quarters, we couldn't hit a shot. We started dropping some threes down. We get in our press, and we get the game going up and down. That's what we needed the whole game. It just happened. It just snapped and happened. I don't know.
How much did you want to do this for your dad?
There's no measure of how much I want to do this for my dad. He's been in the state tournament 5 times, hasn't come out with a winner. I did it for him. I did it for him. You don't know how that feels. My whole family's here. It's awesome. Greatest feeling I've ever had.
Great night for Jared Valentine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to Scott and Cam. We'll talk with Dad in a moment.
All right, wow. Hard to talk for all of us right now. The Damerow Beaverton Ford player of the game, Jared Valentine. West Lynn, the 4A champions in the state of Oregon, thanks to a 49-45 come-from-behind win over Sheldon. Fox Sports Northwest exclusive coverage of the OSAA U.S. Bank Class 4A Boys Basketball Championship presented by Power Rents was brought to you by Damerow Beaverton Ford. It's the only place with the only price. And by Pacific Office Automation, the Northwest-owned, the nationally recognized copier company. Scott Lynn along with Ken Harris here at the Rose Garden, where West Lynn has won the boys 4A championship with a come-from-behind 49-45 win over the Sheldon Irish. And Bob Akamian is standing by with the victorious coach, Bart Valentine.
Man, a pretty proud dad, too. I mean, there's so many things going on for you right now, but to have your son step up and do it in the 4th quarter, that might be the best of all.
I can't even put it in words. I cannot put into words how special that was. I'm so close with this whole group of kids because they grew up in my home with my son. They come, you know, they're at my house all the time. I'm close to the whole group. And then to have in your son's senior year, to have him play like that in the last 4 minutes, I am a blessed man right now.
And this is truly a team with no stars. I mean, every night it's someone different. Been that way all year.
That is the way it's been all year long. That's right. There's a group of senior kids that just had a focus to win a state title and didn't let anything stand in their way. And of course, a big sophomore that helped us along the way. But the seniors were the backbone of the team.
9 seniors in all of his team. And we talked last night about your chances to win. You think back to Elma High School, Colton High School, and you get to do it now. Pretty sweet at last.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize I've been in 5 state championship games and have come up on the wrong end every time. And to have it happen this year with this group is just immeasurably, I can't put in words.
And you got this number 34 coming back who's not too shabby, so there's a little future, too.
Yeah, we're going to be all right the next few years, too. We'll be okay. He's a good one.
Well, I think everybody in West Lynn will be dancing tonight. Bart, congratulations on that first title.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
A happy coach and a happy suburb of West Lynn. Let's go back to the table. Scott and Ken.
All right, and right now it's time for the Pacific Office Automation play of the game, and it's Jared Valentine with a steal and then some.
You bet. We probably could have showed 4 or 5 plays there for Jared Valentine at the end of the game. Here he steals the ball, comes down, sees that he's maybe going to be contested for the layup. Behind the back pass, Nick Livicic. And that basket right there really turned the momentum totally West Lynn's way.
We're in the middle of the awards ceremony right now, and we'll continue on with that for a moment. Again, congratulations to West Lynn and Sheldon on outstanding seasons. I want to thank John Hilsenteger for all of his research, producer Michael Ladino, director Tim Lay, the entire Fox Sports Northwest crew. They have just done an outstanding job of bringing you the sights and sounds of this tournament. It has been a lot of fun. Special thanks to our staff man extraordinaire, John Simmons. He was on top of his game all tournament, just as he was last week during the girls' 4A tourney, which you saw here on Fox Sports Northwest. And right now, Sheldon and West Linn coming out to get their awards, individual awards, and of course the team trophies. Sheldon with a second place finish will get the individual awards, as will the West Linn Lions. Very tough, obviously very disappointed for Sheldon right now, but they will get over it and realize they've had an outstanding season.
Yeah, very much so. I've had the fortune to be in both positions as a coach, champion in the second place. You can't describe how badly you feel when you lose a game, particularly like this. In our case, we lost 2 overtimes, and Sheldon's coming, having been ahead here at the end, and it's a crushing blow. But I'll tell you, a week from now, you find out that life's not all bad, and yeah, it's a great accomplishment. And of course, on the other side, for the West Linn Lions, until young Mr. Valentine is married and has his own children, he won't experience a greater thrill either.
Oh, my goodness. Sheldon finishing second. The Irish had really no luck down the stretch. That one play, we could have picked any play from Jared Valentine in the fourth quarter, but the play off the backboard will be the one that goes down in the history books, the legend, if you will, of the Oregon 4A boys tournament. We'll be talking about that for years.
Coach Valentine will probably be invited to a number of clinics this summer to explain that play.
Right now, Bob Akamian has Sheldon coach Chuck Johns standing by, and I'm sure he's very disappointed, but let's go to Bob.
Well, Chuck, it was so close. The opportunities were there, and
we had plenty of opportunities. I thought we should have won the game. We just didn't take care of the basketball when we were ahead, and we had the opportunities to make free throws, and we missed the free throws.
And those are the things. I mean, you talk about over and over turnovers, free throws, the things you've done well, but when it comes to crunch time, you got to make the plays.
Right, exactly.
This group, you brought them so far, went through a tough league season, what obviously was the best league in the state. It says a lot for the Midwest League to have 3 teams get trophies.
That's true. I agree. We had a very tough league. It was a very strong league. Okay, I think we showed it. Okay.
2 trophies in 5 years for Chuck Johns. He'll get second place this year.
Oh, my. You can see the hurt and the pain, and you talk about it for the players. It's also there with the coach, isn't it?
Very difficult, and especially we as high school coaches are not used to having to speak to the media after a loss like this, and so Chuck feels very bad. It's kind of tough on him.
West Linn Lions getting some congratulations, getting their individual awards, and you saw Cameron Carr, just a sophomore. He still has 2 years to try to bring his team back here and get a couple more.
Well, he sure does, and he has grown tremendously as a player. He grew within this game tonight, I thought. We talked about some things he did where he's making some mistakes, and he adjusted. Tremendous prospect.
The first place trophy goes to West Linn. You don't think Bart Valentine's tired of holding that, do you?
Well, I recall this 10 years ago. I didn't go to bed till about 7 o'clock in the morning. I did not want the day to end, and I have a hunch. You could call Bart's house tonight about 5, or this morning, about 5 in the morning. Bart would answer in 1 ring.
I was going to say, first ring, he's there. Hi,
yeah. You want to talk about some more?
And I'll tell you what, he'll have friends from all over the Northwest, some 2.5 million homes watching the game here on Fox Sports Northwest, and certainly it's a big thrill for the West Linn Lions, every player, the coach, the assistant coaches, and everybody in that community. Right now, let's go back to Bob Akamian standing by with the young pup who's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, 9 seniors on this team, Cameron, and you know it's a great night for them, and who knows, you might get a chance to do this again.
Hopefully, yeah, I don't know. They got a lot of good teams. Benson and Beaverton's going to be real good next year. Benson's going to be good, for the next couple of years, so you got to get through them.
Let's talk about this game tonight. You get off to a great start, but Sheldon really did their thing and used their size. What reignited things? What gave Jared the room to work in the fourth quarter?
Well, we played with a lot of heart and determination, the entire year. And everybody steps it up one time or another, and everybody had their turn tonight, and they all did it.
When Jared gets hot, you just get out of the way and let him do his thing.
Tonight, yes.
Well, we've always talked about him being Kenny Carr's son. Someday Kenny Carr might be Cameron Carr's dad. Congratulations on the first of maybe more than one title.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Back to Scott and Ken.
All right, thank you very much. The all-tournament team has been announced. First team and second teams have been announced. First team is Moses Olson from Churchill, Brian Heinley of Sheldon, Dan Drennan from Sheldon, Cameron Carr, who you just saw there, a unanimous choice, as was Frederick Jones of Barlow. That is your first team all-tourney. Second team, Carl Holmes from North Eugene, Jared Price from Barlow, Dennis Nathan, the state's scoring leader out of Gresham. He had a fine tournament. The team coming up short. Nicholas Lubicic from West Lynn makes second team, and Brian Mills of Sheldon. Now, some names absent here. Jared Valentine for one, but you can't really argue with that because, Ken, as I understand it, the voting has to be complete by about halftime. Therefore, you wouldn't have seen the fourth quarter figure in.
That's exactly right. Jared might have been at the top of the list of all those names.
I think so. Hey, I want to thank all the fine folks at the Oregon School Activities Association for their help and support during this tournament. Executive Director Wes Ediger and his staff, Assistant Executive Directors Michael Walmart, Virginia Yankowski, and Tom Welker. Also Marketing Director Jody Anderson. And, of course, our thanks to U.S. Bank and Power Rents, because without their support, this state championship doesn't even happen. Let's go back to Bob Akemi.
Another one of the seniors, Josh Haskett, made a big basket down the stretch. That was one of those runs you just kind of get on and hang on when things start clicking.
Yeah, we just got out there, pressured them hard, and things went our way. And Jared put down a couple great shots. You know, what can you say? It's just great.
You ever have to tell Jared to get on his horse, or does he just go?
Oh, he's just, you know, you can count on Jared to do anything. He's got a great heart, big heart. It's awesome.
So you see that behind the back pass coming. I mean, that's just routine for him.
That was beautiful. I can't believe he did that. That was just great. Got us really pumped up. It was awesome.
You know, for a while there, I mean, Sheldon had some size, had some body on you. I mean, did you ever feel like it had slipped away?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but, you know, we got to just stick with it, and we decided, you know, just keep with it, and just all for the money, you know, it's a big game. So we came out and worked hard. We got it.
Great work tonight, and I know there'll be plenty of celebrating to do in West Lynn.
Definitely. Thanks a lot.
Well, the West Lynn fans congratulating, I think, the all-tournament team being announced at this point on the floor, and we've shared it with you a little bit early, but what a great game, and certainly just an amazing turnaround by West Lynn, Ken. In the third quarter, West Lynn was 1 for 11 in the third quarter from the floor, and then they turned around totally in the fourth period. The best shooting team, though, I guess eventually that does turn around.
Well, if you keep your faith and your belief, it's going to happen, I suppose. And what we saw was a team that went 1 for 11 in the third quarter, go 8 for 11 in the fourth quarter. And I think remarkably, West Lynn wins this game by scoring 49 points, 24 in the fourth quarter. So close to 50% of their points came at crunch time. And, you know, that's what's so great about high school basketball. It's one of the things that the three-point shot has done for the game of basketball, to be very honest. It's enabled people to come from behind like that and make these kind of runs.
Well, Ken, certainly Cameron Carr mentioned a couple of teams that might be good next year. Beaverton in your league. Who else do you think might be back next year based on what we've seen?
Well, there are a batch of teams around. This Sheldon team, for example, has 3 really good players back, as we mentioned before. And he mentioned Benson, and he mentioned Beaverton. South Bedford has a lot of kids back. There are probably 8 or 9. I think the state of Oregon will have possibly its strongest lineup of high school 4A basketball in maybe 10 or 12 years next year.
West Lynn getting to cut down the net, and what a thrill for those players. This team the school had never finished first in the state championship. The best finish was second in 1990. They were third in 73. They've been fourth twice, sixth last year. Those seniors got a taste of what it was like to play on Saturday. They liked it a lot. They came back, and they played right to the final game of the OSAA U.S. Bank Boys 4A Championship presented by Power Rents. And West Lynn is your 4A champ. 49-45, it's over. The Lions are kings.
It was 1 in a million. It was such a long shot, but somehow we got here together. And who knows what will happen? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything. If we keep getting better, and we keep on believing. When you put your heart in it.
You know, you can count on Jay to do anything. He's got a great heart, big heart. It's awesome.
Who's to say that we can make it? It's the same dream that we share. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. This road was so long and winding. It was such a hard road, but we
Substitutions coming in.
Come play the game.
were always getting closer. Suddenly it happened. Suddenly it happened. Suddenly. A chance in a lifetime. Now we're gonna take it. We can make it.
I know you got a big heart, but you can't go foul.
When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. Who's to say that we can't make it? It's the same dream that we share. Keep on believing. Keep on believing. Keep on believing. When you put your heart in it, when you put your heart in
But we all stepped up, we're a team apart, and we love, I mean, we prayed before the game, you know, we knew this game was ours. Give all the glory to God. We love it.
And your dad, how much did you want to do this for your dad?
There's no measure of how much I'm going to do for my dad. He's been in the state tournament 5 times, hasn't come out a winner. I did it for him. I did it for him. You don't know how that feels. My whole family's here. It's awesome. The greatest feeling I've ever had.
it can take you anywhere.
I can't even put it in words. I cannot put it in words how special that was. I'm so close with this whole group of kids because they grew up in my home with my son. They come, you know, they're at my house all the time. I'm close to the whole group. And then to have in your son's senior year, to have him play like that in the last 4 minutes, I am a blessed man right now.